Hi, my name is Ahmad Zakir Ramadan, and this video is an assignment for my English education class for my English. I think the level is on intermediate English grammar. So this video is going to discuss about parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech in the English language. Number 1, noun. Number 2, pronoun. Number 3, verb. Number 4, adjective. Number 5, adverb. Number 6, preposition. Number 7, conjunction. And the last, interjection. The parts of speech indicate how the word functions in meaning as well grammatically within the sentence. An individual word can function as more than one part of speech when used in different circumstances. Understanding parts of speech is essential for determining and correct definition of a word when using the dictionary. Number 1. Noun. A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, man, University of Sriwijaya, house, happiness, love, and etc. A noun is a word for a person, place, thing, or idea. Nouns are often used with an article, the, a, an, but not always. Proper nouns always start with a capital letter. Common nouns do not. Nouns can be singular or plural, concrete or abstract. Nouns show possession by adding s, apostrophe s. Nouns can function in different roles within a sentence. For example, a noun can be a subject, a direct object, indirect object, subject complement, or an object of a preposition. For example, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my! Number 2, pronoun. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. A pronoun, for example, she, we, they, it. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. A pronoun is usually substitute or replace for a specific noun, which is called its antecedent. In a sentence above, the antecedent for the pronoun she is the girl. Pronouns are further defined by type. Personal pronouns refer to specific persons or things. Possessive possessive pronouns indicate ownership. Reflexive pronouns are used to emphasize another noun or pronoun. Relative pronouns introduce a subordinate clause, and demonstrative pronouns identify, point to, or refer to nouns. And let me tell you the detail about pronouns. Number 1 is subject pronouns. Subject pronouns replace nouns that are the subject of their clause. In the third person, subject pronouns are often used to avoid repetition of the subject's name. Example, I am 16. You seem lost. Jim is angry, and he wants Sally to apologize. Number 2 is object pronouns. Object pronouns are used to replace nouns that are the direct of or indirect object of a clause. Examples: give the book to me. The teacher wants to talk to you. Jake is hurt because Bill hit him. Number 3. Possessive adjectives or determiners. Possessive adjectives are not pronouns, but rather determiners. It is useful to learn them at the same time as pronouns. However, because they are similar in form to the possessive pronouns, possessive adjectives function as adjectives. So they appear before the noun they modify. They do not replace noun as pronouns do. Examples: did mother find my shoes? Mrs. Baker wants to see your homework. Can Jake bring over his baseball cards? Number 4. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns replace possessive nouns as either the subject or the object of a clause, because the noun being replaced doesn't appear in the sentence. It must be clear from the context. Example: the bag is mine. Yours is not blue. That bag looks like his. And number 5, reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are the same set of words, but they have different function in a sentence. Reflexive pronouns refer back to the subject of the clause because the subject of the action is also the direct or indirect object. Only certain types of verbs can be reflexive. You cannot remove a reflexive pronoun from a sentence because the remaining sentence would be grammatically incorrect. Examples are: I told myself to calm down. You caught yourself on this nail. And number 6, intensive pronouns. Emphasize the subject of a clause. They are not the object of the action. The intensive pronoun can always be removed from a sentence without changing the meaning significantly, although the emphasis on the subject will be removed. Intensive pronouns can be placed immediately after the subject of the clause or at the end of the clause. Examples: I made these cookies myself. You yourself asked Jake to come. The Pope himself pardoned Mr. Brown. And number 3, verb. What is a verb? Verbs are words that describe actions, whether physical or mental. Verbs also describe a state of being, like the verbs be, become, or exist. For example, Salah ran across the field, kicked the ball, and scored a goal. And another example: I am the state by King Louis XIV. Some verbs also act as helper verbs to change the tense of another verb. Likewise, these helper verbs can change a positive statement to a negative one with words like not. She has been jogging for a month and already feels her stamina increasing. Another example: I don't feel so good by Spider-Man. Every sentence needs at least one verb. If there is no verb, it is an incomplete sentence or a sentence fragment, except for imperative sentence or commands. A sentence also needs a subject, the thing doing the action. Subjects are important for a verb because they change how it's conjugated, which we explain below. This is especially true for the most common verb, be. And the types of verbs: number 1, dynamic or action verbs. Most verbs describe a physical action or activity, something external that can be seen or heard. These verbs are formally known as dynamic verbs, but can also be called action or event verbs. Examples: walk, laugh, swim, play, eat, drink, sing, dance, talk, and say. There are a lot of action that takes place in our mind and feelings, which are not external. Verbs that describe mental or internal action are still dynamic verbs, but they are not always so obvious. These include process verbs, which describe action of transition. Examples: consider, guess, change, grow, live, endure, succeed, fail. And next, stative verbs. The opposite of dynamic verbs of action is stative verbs of being. Stative verbs describe a subject's state or feeling, including things they like or and don't like. Example: want, need, prefer, love, hate, like, dislike, seem, understand, know, believe, involve, and realize. And number 4, adjective. An adjective modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. For example, pretty, old, blue, smart, handsome. An adjective is a word used to modify or describe a noun or a pronoun. It usually answers the question of which one, what kind, or how many. Articles a, an, and the are usually classified as adjectives. For example, my car is blue, and my shirt is black and has green and white stripes. Number 5, an adverb. An adverb is a word that can modify or describe a verb, adjective, another adverb, or entire sentence. Adverbs can be used to show manner, how something happens, degree, to what extent, place, where, and time, when. Adverbs are usually formed by adding "ly" to the end of an objective. Example: quick becomes quickly. Although there are also other adverbs that don't have this ending. There are also adverbial phrases, series of words that play the grammatical roles of adverbs. Example: adverbs in a sentence: Ali walked quickly. Charlie never answers her phone. It is an incredibly exciting film. Actually, I'm not sure. Number 6, a preposition. A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, special relationship, or to introduce an object. Some examples of preposition are words like in, at, on, of, and to. Prepositions in English are highly idiomatic. Although there are some rules for usage, much preposition usage is dictated by fixed expressions. In these cases, it is best to memorize the phrase instead of individual preposition. And a few rules. And for example, a preposition of direction. To refer to a direction, use the preposition to, in, into, on, and unto. And example: she drove to the store. don't ring the doorbell. Come right into the house. Drive on to the grass and park the car there. And another rules, preposition of time to refer to one point in time, use the preposition in, at, and on. Use in with parts of the day, not so specific times, but months, years, and seasons. For example, he reads in the evening. The weather is cold in December. She was born in 1996. We rake leaves in the fall. Use at with the time of day. Also use at with noon, night, and midnight. I go to work at 8 p.m. night. He eats lunch at noon. She often goes for a walk at night. They go to bed at midnight. And use on with days. I work on Saturdays. He does laundry on Wednesday. To refer to extended time, use the preposition since, for, by, during, from, to, from, until, with, and within. For example, I have lived in Minneapolis since 2005. He will be in Toronto for 3 weeks. Or he will spend 3 weeks in Toronto. She will finish her homework by 6. She will finish her homework sometime between now and 6. He works part-time during the summer. For the period of time throughout the summer, I will collect data from January to June. It is starting in January and ending in June. And another example, they are in school from August until May, starting in August and ending in May. She will graduate within 2 years, not longer than 2 years. And next rules, preposition of place. This to refer to a place, use the preposition in, the point itself, at, the general vicinity, on, the surface, and inside is for something contained. And for example, they will meet in the lunchroom. She was waiting at the corner. He left his phone on the bed. Place the pen inside the drawer. And to refer to an object higher than a point, use the preposition over and above. To refer to an object lower than a point, use the preposition below, beneath, under, underneath. The bird flew over the house. The plates were on the shelf above the cups. Basements are dug below ground. There is hardwood beneath the carpet. Another example, the squirrel hid the nuts under the pile of leaves. Another example, the cat is hiding underneath the box. And the next rules, to refer to an object close to a point, use the preposition by, near, next to, between, among, and the opposite. And for example, the gas station is by the grocery store. The park is near her house. Park your bike next to the garage. There is a deer between the two trees. There is a purple flower among the weeds. The garage is opposite the house. And the next rules, prepositions of location. To refer to a location, use the prepositions in for an area or volume, at for a point, and on for a surface. For example, they live in the country. That is for an area. And another example, she will find them at the library. Another example, there is a lot of dirt on the surface. Number 7, conjunction. A conjunction joins words, phrases, or clauses. And for example of preposition and, but, or, while, because. A conjunction joins words, phrases, or clauses and indicates the relationship between the elements joined. The coordinating conjunction connects grammatically equal elements. For example, and, but, or, nor, for, so, yet. Subordinating conjunction connect clauses that are not equal, because, although, while, since, etc. There are other types of conjunction as well. For example, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly disappeared. And is the conjunction. Number 8 of parts of speech is interjection. An interjection is a word used to express emotion. For example, oh, wow, oops. An interjection, it is word used to express emotion. It is often followed by an exclamation point. And that's it for discussion about parts of speech. Hope you understand and get the meaning, get the knowledge of this from this video, and thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like